Cops are known for being deceitful and taking advantage of citizens who don't know their rights. But what happens when they encounter people who know the law entirely? Here are 4 shocking cases when corrupt cops are destroyed by lawyers.
You can ask for my identification. I am not legally required to give it to you.
Except that you...
No, I'm not. My attorney has told me so.
I don't care what your attorney told you. You have to identify yourself because we're
My rights
investigating a
are
possible
important to me.
crime.
My rights are important to me.
Starting with Assistant District Attorney Kenneth Grants, who in March 2019 was sitting in his parked truck in front of a home when a Blanchard police officer approached him.
How's it going, man? You live over here, or what's we doing over here? I've had a couple people call in on you.
Okay. Am I doing something illegal?
Well, no, they're just calling on you saying that I don't recognize the truck in the area. So, my duty to check and see if you live over here or what's going on.
I live over here. I'm here for a purpose.
Okay. All right. You working? You see you got a ladder in the back. You working somewhere?
Yes, sir.
You got a driver's license on you just so I can identify you?
Have I done something illegal?
Well, I like to identify you, just know who I'm dealing with, make sure.
Fourth Amendment right not to show that to me.
Well, if I'm making contact with you for a reasonable suspicion call like I am right now.
Being suspicious is a misdemeanor or felony.
Okay. Well, sir, here's the deal. I was called on you, okay? For a suspicious vehicle, you said yourself you don't live over here, you have a purpose. What's your purpose? Is the purpose legal or illegal?
That's for you to determine that.
Okay. So for me to determine that, I need to see your ID.
How is my ID going to determine whether I'm...
Well, it helps let you know who I'm dealing with. Let you know who I'm dealing with.
But my name doesn't tell you whether I'm...
Yeah, well, tell me, like, if I don't know if you belong over here. You said you don't, so I don't know if someone over here's got a VPO or something against you, and if you got your ID
Did
or
I
something.
say I didn't belong over here?
You said you had purpose.
I don't live over here.
Okay.
Okay. I do belong
Okay.
here.
All right.
So that's as far as I'm willing to take it.
So you're not willing to give me your ID?
I don't have any reason to.
Okay.
The officer tells him police got a few calls from people who thought his truck looked suspicious and proceeded to ask for his driver's license. Grants, who came to inspect a roof, refused to show him his ID as he was not driving when the officer confronted him, but that didn't stop the officer from asking more ridiculous questions.
If you're not from here, I'm not sure if you are or not, because I don't know who you are. Okay.
My plate's right back there. I'm sure you can run it.
Yeah. Okay. So is that how you want me to identify you? Through your plate?
If that's what you have.
Are you the owner of the vehicle?
Do you suspect that I'm not?
I have no reason to believe you are.
Well, I'm sitting in a truck in front of the house, waiting.
For what?
Right here.
Okay.
That's none of your business.
It is my business.
No, it's not. Why is it your business?
Because I want to make sure you're not going to break into these houses or anything like that.
Do I look like
I don't know. You have a ladder.
The officer and Grants go back and forth on this for some more minutes, but Grants, knowing his rights, refuses to answer any of the officer's questions. After seeing that Grants wouldn't cooperate with him, the officer decided to run his plate, and that was when the situation escalated.
You already ran my plates. They gave you the information that you needed. You can ask them to go ahead and run me through NCIC or...
Do you have a date of birth then? Because I have to run it with a name and date of birth.
I'm not going to answer that question.
So you're telling me how I should do my job, yet you're not allowing me to do my job.
I'm standing up for my rights.
And I understand that, like I said.
I haven't done anything wrong.
I'm doing my job,
Okay,
conducting an investigation.
I haven't committed a crime. I'm sitting here in front of a house, which is perfectly legal.
Well, you're not completely on the roadway there, sir.
Okay, has anybody asked me to move?
Do they have to ask you to move? It's private property?
Okay, but there's also a public easement right here.
Oh, this is a public, because this is the city of Blanchard Road, so it's a public easement?
No, the side of the road is.
Oh, because this is the city of Blanchard Road, so therefore make it a city easement of a city road, right?
What are you trying to accomplish?
What I'm trying to, all I want to do, sir, is identify you. Okay.
Okay, I haven't done anything illegal.
Okay. Well, then
You understand that by not identifying yourself appropriately as requested by the officer is illegal.
It's
Okay.
obstruction.
That's a secondary charge, okay? I have to be, for you to ID me in the state of Oklahoma, okay, I have to be suspected of committing a crime, about to commit a crime.
Well, you are committing a crime, you're trespassing.
Has anybody told me to leave?
Somebody has called in that you're suspected. Shut up. Somebody has
First
called
off,
in.
you don't tell me to shut up.
I'll tell you what I want to tell you.
Okay, you're not going to
Here's
tell
the
me
deal.
to shut up. I'm
Somebody called us
47,
in.
48,
I don't care how
48.
old you are.
You're not going to sit there and tell me to shut up.
It's evident that Grants wasn't trespassing, yet it became clear that the officers were determined to find any reason to make him show his ID. Seeing that Grants wouldn't give in, one of the officers decided to prove that they were right to stop him. What follows next is absolutely insane.
Hey, Travis.
Hey, what's up, man?
Nothing. Sorry to bother you. I got a random question for you, though. I'm dealing with something right now.
Yeah.
So I got called out to an address out here in Blanchard, Summer Valley Road, for a suspicious vehicle. And gentleman's parked in a black pickup. He's from Oklahoma City, but he won't give me his name and tells me he doesn't have to give me his driver's license because he's not done anything wrong.
He's driving a vehicle?
Well, he's parked right now.
Oh, okay. Well, technically, there's no obligation for him to identify himself. I mean, unless you've got reasonable suspicion that he's committing a crime.
Well, the thing is I have no reasonable suspicion to believe that he's not committing crime because he has a ladder in the back of the truck and he's in front of houses that aren't occupied right now.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, there's no compelled ID statute in Oklahoma. I have to think about, I mean, do you have anything else to suggest that he might be involved in something illicit?
Well, I'm curious why a man from Oklahoma City is parked on a dead-end road in Blanchard. And, he has no... I ask him if he lives here, and he says, I don't answer questions.
Okay. Yeah, so...
He asked if he was free to leave, and I said, not at this time. I have my emergency equipment activated, and I'm trying to investigate.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you're going to drive away, absolutely, you can make enough. He's driving he's operating a motor vehicle, but you don't have a traffic violation at that point.
Well, I follow him out of town until I get one.
Yeah.
After calling the district attorney and being explained he was in the wrong, the officer says he would follow Grants and find a reason to stop him, showing how determined he was to charge him with something. And this is extremely scary for us citizens.
But I think you're right as close to kind of a little unfair. That is a little unusual, but it's not necessarily evidence that he's criminal activity.
Yeah. Unless I can prove that he's taking pictures he shouldn't be taking next to people's houses.
Yeah, but I mean, there's no crime in that either. I mean, shoot, people do that all the time.
But I meant like shooting into the house while naked people are naked.
Yeah,
and
like
whatnot.
stuff.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you.
So.
Okay, man.
All right.
Let me know if it develops further, all right?
Thanks, sir. Appreciate it.
Moments later, other police officers arrived at the scene, but were not as patient as their colleagues.
I'm not here to listen to you. I'm here to tell you what's going on. Okay? I don't care if you record me.
We are ours are recorded
okay,
too.
you're obstructing an officer from doing his duty, so now you're under arrest, unless you want to cooperate. Okay? That's legal. Have a nice day.
Good.
Would you like to explain the address and the time on the folder inside your vehicle with the camera?
I don't answer questions.
Okay.
Look,
You
man.
can identify yourself.
I don't answer questions.
Look, man.
They didn't ask a question, hey.
Can you please take your hands out of your pockets for me? Thank you.
Look, all I'm trying to do, man, if you're PI, no big deal. We'll get out of your hair. We gotta confirm who you are. Make sure, especially with the camera car, make sure you're not doing peep and Tom stuff. Okay?
Not a PI. So the only thing you can have a camera for is if you're a PI.
No, that's not what I'm saying, sir.
Insurance adjusters aren't allowed to have
Are you an
a camera
insurance adjuster?
to take photographs of damage and stuff.
Are you an insurance adjuster?
I possibly might be.
Okay. Do you have any proof of that?
Okay, but I mean,
I'm
why
just
do I have to
saying.
answer questions?
I'm
I'm
just-
here for a legal reason.
We've got a call.
I'm
Can
not.
I
I'm
get
just
your
not
date of
answering
birth?
questions.
Can I get your date of birth?
You're failing to
I don't
identify
have
yourself.
to by law.
You
I
are
have the
failing-
Fifth Amendment right
You are failing to
to
identify
answer
yourself.
questions.
You
What
have
law
to
have I
identify
broken?
yourself.
What law have I broken to identify
Is there anybody
myself?
at this house? Let's see if there's anybody at this house.
What law have I done?
Turn around and shine right back for a second. You need place investigative detention, okay?
For that neighbor right there, he has the garage door to let me into the house so I can get a photograph of the inside of that garage door.
That's all you had to say from the beginning, man.
I don't have to tell you that. Don't you guys understand what my rights are?
Nobody said you have to tell us that. What we said is that you have to identify
I
yourself.
do not.
You
I
do
haven't
have to
broken a
identify
crime.
yourself. But we are here investigating whether or not you have. We have reason
You
to
have
proceed.
every right
Listen
to
to me.
investigate.
Stop interrupting. You asked for my respect. I'm asking for yours in return. Okay? We are investigating because somebody called a suspicious vehicle and person in that vehicle. Okay? I'm not done talking. Within that investigation, we can identify you by getting your identification. You are required because we are investigating that you may be committing a crime And therefore, you must identify yourself.
What crime?
Trespassing.
Okay.
That's number one.
Okay, sir.
To be trespassed,
Keeping
I have to be
time
off
for
the
all
lead.
we know. Okay,
And that's
for all
for
we
you guys
know.
to determine.
That's right. And in doing that, we have to identify you.
No, you don't.
Yeah, we do.
No. You can ask for my identification. I am not legally required to give it to you.
Except that you.
No, I'm not. My attorney has told me so.
I don't care what your attorney told you. You have to
I do.
identify yourself because we're
My
investigating
rights
a
are
possible
important to me.
crime.
My rights are important to me.
A possible crime is being investigated.
Okay, what crime?
I just told you two.
Okay? If then arrest me for those two crimes.
We're investigating that. We haven't determined that you've committed those crimes.
I haven't committed
However,
any crime.
we have to identify you.
No, you don't.
Not long after, Grants was let go without any further punishment as, in the end, it was clear that he was not committing any crime. But corrupt cops being owned by lawyers who stood their ground doesn't stop here, as is the case with Emmanuel Olawale.
I'm a lawyer. I know my rights.
Okay.
I'm not violating any law. I'm on my property. There's no suspicion. No one called anybody. So don't run my ID.
Emmanuel Olawale, a civil rights attorney in Westerville, who, on July 10, 2021, was dumping trash into a bin he owns when two Westerville police officers pulled in behind him.
You need my
Alright.
ID?
Huh?
I'll show you my ID.
If you don't mind, just so, yeah, if you don't mind, can we see your ID?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Well, that is pretty cool. That's a slick business card.
Yep.
All right. I'll give it to him. You can keep doing what you're doing. We're just, again, we're kind of concerned. Yeah, seeing somebody dump a bunch of stuff there. So, okay.
Can I have it back? Look, don't run it.
Oh.
Don't run my card. Don't run my ID.
Huh?
Don't run my ID.
Don't run your ID?
You have no reason to.
As soon as the interaction starts, everything seems to be done in a friendly and respectful manner. However, when one officer handed the ID to the other officer to run his ID, Olawale told them no, and that was when everything went south.
We're gonna at least mark it down. We're gonna take down your information.
Nope. I'm on my property. Putting trash in my trash
Okay,
can.
but this is not just your property. It's several people's property.
I understand.
Okay.
But I'm not violating any law. So don't
No
run
one
my
said
ID.
that you're violating any law.
No. Don't run my ID. I'm a lawyer. I know my rights.
Okay.
I'm not violating any law. I'm on my property. There's no suspicion. No one called anybody. So don't run my ID. I only identify myself so that this won't escalate.
That's fine, but we can still mark down who we're out with, and so that's what we're gonna do.
No.
Yes.
This stop me. Don't turn
Yes.
this into an issue.
Sir, you are turning this into an issue. We're just simply marking down who we're out with.
Yeah.
So he's just gonna write it down on a piece of
Oh,
paper.
it's
Yeah.
just your name.
Why?
Because, sir, we are out with you because we were concerned that you were illegally dumping.
But you've already discovered. Do you want me to show you my office?
I understand that you're here, but I don't know if this dumpster belongs to you or somebody else in the
It belongs
complex.
to me.
To you and you alone.
Yes.
Can you prove that that dumpster belongs to you and you alone?
Olawale was, so far, very strict with the idea of not letting the cops run his ID, which falls perfectly within his rights, especially as he said it, he was not lawfully detained. And as it is usual in these types of situations, police officers racially profiling will try everything in their hands to incriminate an innocent person.
If it's also other units,
So what? It belongs to everybody. We're paying for
Okay.
it. It doesn't really matter if it belongs to all the unit.
That's fine.
Just give me back my ID. Thank you.
The officer eventually handed over the ID, but even with Olawale's identification, the officers returned to their cruiser, and the duo ultimately decided to do as they pleased.
turn around and get out of here and then we'll
Those are in my hands.
So far, it is unknown if Olawale has filed a complaint or talked with anyone in Westerville PD about his concerns, but he really stood his ground against these crooked cops, and like the civil rights attorney who had done nothing wrong, is another lawyer who was also a subject of racial profiling. State Attorney Aramis Ayala, who on June 19, 2017, had just finished teaching a law class at Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University and was leaving in a state-issued vehicle when two police officers pulled her over, even though she violated no traffic rules.
What agency you with?
I'm the state attorney.
Okay, alright. Thank you. Your tag didn't come back. Never seen that before. I'm sorry? Yeah. We're good now.
So it was.
We ran the tag. I've never seen it before. A Florida tag. It's never come back to anything before. So that's the reason for the stop.
According to one of the officers, he ran her tag, and it wasn't indicated as registered to any vehicle, which was strange to him. For those who don't know, state-issued vehicle plates, like Ayala's, are confidential, so running them won't show vehicle details. It's puzzling that this officer didn't know that, which raised the attorney's curiosity.
What was the tag run for?
I'm sorry?
What was the tag run for?
Oh, we run tags all the time, whether it's at traffic lights and that sort of stuff. That's how we figure out if, cars are stolen and that sort of thing. Also, the windows were really dark. I don't have a tint measurer, but that's another reason for the stop.
Do you guys have cards on you?
Yeah, 1 second, please. Actually, this isn't my car, but I can write my name down if you'd like.
The attorney asked for their cards, but they only gave her their names before she drove away, without any citation. Her calm disposition showed that she'd rather uphold the law and order than react in a way that disturbs public peace. Ayala did not file a complaint, but instead looked forward to sitting with the police chief regarding how the incident impacted her goal to have a constructive and mutually respectful relationship between law enforcement and the community. But if you thought lawyers destroying corrupt cops stops here, that's because you don't know the case of Revel and Garcia. Two attorneys, Revel and Garcia, who on February 23, 2017, were walking out of a Blount County courthouse with a client, Lloyd Edwards, when two deputies named Ashworth and Ratliff approached them with a warrant to search their client.
I'm from the sheriff's office.
Do you have any other weapons on your person at this time that I need to know about? RC.
No, sir. I do in the car.
Okay. What do you have in the automobile?
A small pistol.
Okay. Your vehicle is also part of this search. Okay. So I'm going to have to ask you, do you have the keys to your automobile?
Yes, sir.
I need the keys to your automobile right now. Okay. Let me pat you down, make sure you don't have any other weapon. Just for your safety and ours. Okay. Hang tight, we'll get all this resolved.
Mr. Edwards was in court due to an abuse claim by his wife, Jasmine, who said his cell phones had evidence leading to the search warrant. However, after searching Mr. Edwards, they couldn't find what they were looking for.
The warrants that you all have are for his person.
That's correct.
And for his vehicle.
That's correct.
So he is given the phone that's on his person.
Okay, I have video of him handing the phone to you, you handing the phone to her. It's in the satchel right now.
Yeah, you all do have that, but that is not on. When you all
I'm out here at the courthouse with Brian.
That was not on his person. So you all are not entitled to that.
Okay. Well, all right then. We'll go the other route.
Revel explains that since the search warrant only states for Mr. Edwards' person and vehicle to be searched, they had no right to retrieve the phones from Garcia, who had the cell phones in her bag. However, that didn't stop the deputies from getting what they wanted, as they decided to call the district attorney on the next course of action.
Hi, we're standing here, and we have it on video that he handed his cell phone to his attorney. One, and they handed it to another, and it's in the satchel that is right here.
Well, are we being detained?
At this moment in time,
they're not denying it. We have it on video.
I'm going to detain you until we determine the next course of action. Give me
Well,
just a minute.
what I have is person and vehicle.
I'm going to turn this off. I don't know what we just done.
Okay. Okay. We either need the phone out of the satchel, or we will have to detain you and get a search warrant to get the phone.
So you're going to okay. Well, we're not going to give you we're not going to give you anything that's on our person that you don't have a right to. So if you detain us, you have to have there's certain constitutional safeguards to do that. But if you're going to detain us, then hey, we're not going to run. So and you all are telling us we are being detained. Is that right, Officer Rat?
At this point in time right now, you are being detained. Now, if they determine.
Okay. You both are under arrest for obstructing government operations.
Obstructing government operations.
That's correct.
After attorney Revel refused to surrender the phone, they were subsequently arrested for obstructing governmental operations, even though he maintained that the arrest was unlawful.
Deputy Ratliff, I want to make sure that you know from our position was that this search warrant, this warrant was given to him after he gave us some things for us to use in his defense. And so we did not do anything to keep you all from doing you all's job. Now, if you all want to
I'm out here
this
with
satchel and go
the
through
sheriff's
and do it,
office at the courthouse.
we're not preventing you from
Do the search warrant on the car and make I'm out here just.
From the moment he's entered the courthouse, he's been under surveillance.
Yeah.
Okay? For the reasons of this search warrant. Alright? I'm sitting here and watched you and him and her.
Can't believe we get about 10 or 15 minutes. I'll be ready.
You looked up. Matter of fact, you did look up at the camera 2 or 3 times. He pulled the phone out and handed it to you. You handed it back to him. He was fooling with, I'm guessing, a password. And after a short period of time, he handed it back to you. You handed it to her. She put it in here. Okay? That is evidence for this search warrant.
And you agree with me that you all served this search warrant on him subsequent to that, after that, right?
Yeah.
After we left out the bill. Yeah.
Even after being put in handcuffs, Revel continues to assert that the warrant was executed after they had already acquired the phones and did not explicitly cover them. After the arrest, Attorney Revel and Attorney Garcia initiated legal actions against Deputy Ashworth and Deputy Ratliff, and another against District Attorney Casey and Assistant District Attorney Scott Gilliland. In the end, the attorneys were acquitted of all charges because the judge believed that the deputies did not have a lawful right to inspect. If you enjoyed this video, watch this one and don't forget to subscribe. Goodbye.